Well, hello. What is going on to everybody in the 5-pin universe? I am Brett Hendrickson, also known as B. Hendo. Welcome to the Hendo Show. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what we're going to get into. This is going to be great. We've got a couple guests lined up for you, but let's get the people who are going to help me get through the show here. First off, we're going to introduce KY Jelly, Kyle Young. Kyle, welcome.
Thanks for having me, Hendo.
You're welcome. Number 2, the big man himself, the tripod, DG, Wayne Gilardi.
What's going on, buddy?
Welcome, Snowman. And number 3, whether it be, maybe he's got some good opinions or is it just pure freaking nepotism? Lil Hendo.
Oh,
with the golden tee in the background here. Yes.
And the belt.
And the
belt.
WWE belt.
Let's go.
Good.
He's got to clean up his place there a little bit.
Yeah, he knew he was coming on the podcast here. So,
okay.
One of the things that we're going to do today is anybody who's watching, I really, 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 really want you guys to get involved in the crowd here. I really want you to ask questions. We're going to answer everything. And listen, if you're friends with me on Facebook and you want to hop in here and you want to talk about something, you got something grinding your gears, you really want to get it out there, I'll send you the link and get you on, baby. We'll get you on here. Okay? Anything goes tonight. So, yeah, we got comments going in already. Phil Brooks, welcome. Awesome. Okay, so we do not have our first guest. She is not in the background here, but she will be coming up. We will have Josie Brooks. She will be hopping on and talking about what happened at the Great Western Open this past weekend. Some good scores, some really good representatives coming out of there for the Open. Of course, everybody else has their stuff going on at this time. Jennifer, hello, welcome. But for now, why don't we talk about what happened and is happening? I don't know if any of you guys are watching it out there. The Alberta Open. Okay, any of you 3 guys been following along at all?
I just watched it.
Okay, were
I
you
watched
watching the
this.
men's final?
Yeah.
I only had it on for a little bit in this morning.
Is it
I
over?
saw both step ladders. Yes, it's over.
Basically, yeah, they're updating it right now, but it looked like Derek was ahead by quite a bit in the last game against Tyler. So
Derek won.
Derek won.
And Jennifer Baker won.
All right, yeah. So for the women's step ladder, Jen Baker, the strike maker, she
ran the gauntlet.
I'm going to share the screen here. Ran it up the ladder here. So, hold on, let's present this. So if you take a look here, Jen Baker finishing in, I guess that's 5th, right? And then decides to run it up.
That's fair.
And ends up double tapping Christine in the finals there to take the title. And then, it looks like basically the higher seed won in every match. Oh, no, Curtis Deering won the first match against Weber. And then the higher seed won the next 2. Oh, no, what am I saying here? Curtis Deering won his first 2, ran into Tyler Titgat. And then I'm guessing you said that Derek Holm finished first and he beat him. He was 1 and done, right?
Well, I think it's like, that's what I mean. I'm looking at that and it looks like it's just best game, right? But
yeah,
finals 2, total.
Well, I guess we'll find out. We'll find out later if Tyler took one from him first. But I guess we're getting confirmations that that Derek did win. So yeah, awesome. Some really good bowling. So if we take a look at some of the averages, we've got Derek Holm finishing first with a 289, and Tyler Titgat finishing 2 pins behind him.
They were tied going into the last game.
And they were tied. Oh, yeah, there you go. So we'll get that up on the screen here. They were tied going into the last game, and then ended up
Yeah.
So yeah, tied into the last game and then ended up squeaking it out by 2 pins. Now, I'm going to throw this out to you guys here. How important do you think it is to be first place going into the final there, to have to get double tapped in the end there?
Oh, I think that's huge. It's all the difference. There's just a lot of pressure is lifted. You get a free wheel, feel a lot less. Just get to do your thing.
Yeah, well, you kind of get that one game to get your feet wet if you get caught, right? That first one. Yeah, and then you just come back and take it right back and show why you're the
But
one.
there's also a
first,
lot
right?
of.
So,
I mean, when you're especially if you run the gauntlet, you're carrying a lot of momentum. You get a lot of confidence is building up, especially if you had to make a few big shots, and you just feel like today's your day, and then you may never stop, right? So it's I guess 50-50 there.
For sure. So for the ladies, the cut was 252, basically, to make the step ladder. And then there's a pretty decent drop off after that, about 100 pins. Yeah, who's got the TV going on in the background here? Dwayne, I think that's you.
DG.
Is that me?
What are you watching out there?
That's NHL, I think.
No. Brooklyn Nine-Nine's over. There's no excuse.
No, it's NHL.
Watching anything. And it looks like the cutoff for the men was 269.5. So there was a couple people over 20. Oh, actually, there were 3 people over 260 that didn't make the cut, right? So I mean, that just shows how great the competition is there, right? So,
well, just watching the way that it was going during the day too, it's like it looked like it was a pretty high scoring house because they were playing it with Chinook.
Yeah,
I don't remember Chinook playing like that when I played there, but it's nice to see a lot of people come to play though.
Yeah.
Well, the moment's elevated too, right? So I think a lot of the time the scores go up when in those big times, big moments.
Oh, and we got to see Tompkins' super mullet going. That's a glorious mob, man.
You know, when in a sport where, and we'll get into this later, about how the dress code kind of prevents people from really showing that flair out on the lanes. I mean, basically it's hairdos and shoes, right? That's basically all you can do to really show off out there during some of these events. So, but yeah, we'll for sure get into that later because, I mean, to be fair, 5-pin's got a lot of really antiquated rules, right? But I mean, the dress code, I mean, come on, man. Like, we're playing a sport. Like, we need to find ways to get more people to play rather than being like, you're wearing the wrong colored dress pants. Get the hell out of here. What do you think you're doing?
As long as you're not wearing jeans and like a tank top. Like,
whatever.
How can you even bowl in jeans?
How awesome is that?
That would hurt your
you
balls.
could ask Corey Chakowski about bowling in jeans.
I've blown up three pairs of jeans. That's about last time I did it was like 8 years ago.
You're blowing up the jeans, bud.
Shut up.
Okay,
anyway,
right, take it easy over there.
Dress code anyway.
On a timeout for a bit.
Whoa, okay.
Masters. I had like formal pants that had they were singed at the bottom, and Masters literally put it in their rules after that I couldn't wear, like, that no one could wear them. So I get the. I mean, we don't have a growing sport that the competitive is growing, but you know, we need to get rid of some of those formalities and loosen it up to let some of the personality show in the way you're representing yourself as well.
And especially with Masters too. It's just one of those things, because even when I was on the board and we're talking about what would be acceptable, you're trying to push it a little further along that everybody would be in something that they're comfortable in, but still look professional, right?
You're younger. You were the advocate to help, you know, find that hybrid, that happy medium.
They still don't want to do it. Right?
I know, but
it's hard to get through. It's kind of still trying to get through the whole this is what worked, and we'll stick with that.
It's a very good. It's a very good argument. Like, you want to be professional, you want to show that there's some like stature to representing your province, and to the Masters, or even C5, right? Like, both. And so, like, that's a good argument and all, but it's when we're pushing people away or suspending people because of this, is that really helping grow our?
Well, yeah, like the warnings and stuff like that. It shouldn't happen. If it's something that's like obviously not there, like if you're wearing a T-shirt with, like, I remember there was one tournament, I forget who it was, but they showed up with a T-shirt. It was like,
it was Jeff Watts. He was guesting in one of our tournaments.
I don't know if it was Jeff Watts.
It was Jeff Watts. I'm telling you 100%. We're looking at Academy. I remember it was yesterday, but hey, listen, we're not getting into this right now. Okay, we're going to talk about this later. One thing I want to do, though, and I think it's really important, is I want to, for the boys here, shout out the Patreons. Okay, this is the wallet of the 5-pin universe.
Robbie Hendrickson, what?
Yeah, no, you should erase that guy. He doesn't donate anymore. He's so cheap.
Where is it? Oh, there I am.
Anyway, okay. Thank you to everybody. Not only the ones that just donate money, but anybody who's ever supported it. Thank you. Right? Anybody who supports anything with this game, I got the utmost respect for you. I don't care how much of a douche you are when you bowl. If you love the sport, I love you. Okay? Right? If you love the sport, I love you. Okay? Enough. All right.
I'll turn my hat around.
Nice. So, you know what? We are going to bring our first guest on. We're going to do this ass backwards, but the first person we're going to add to the broadcast, ask me a few questions, should have some good perspective on stuff, is another Manitoba boy, also a Fort Rouger, for those of you who know the demographics of Winnipeg. Roland Flagg. Welcome, Roland.
Yo, what's going on, fellas?
Just podcasting, baby.
It explains a lot if he's Fort Rouge as well. That's starting to put some stuff together there.
Hardest worker in the room, baby.
There's only two communities repping here. It's Windsor Park and Fort Rouge, so let's go.
You got it. So, Roland,
yes, sir.
For those of you out there who don't know who Roland is, he's a bowler here in Winnipeg. He's the second best bowler in his family, because his daughter would probably wipe the floor with him if she was still playing and not being a college soccer superstar. But he also got to go to his first nationals as a player, right? Because I'm guessing he probably went as a coach or a supporter for YBC, correct?
That's right, yeah. Sheridan was at 6 YBC nationals, so I was there as a supporting parent and coach for 3 of them.
For sure. And then you got to go as a player for the first time last year at the Edmonton Masters, right? On the teaching team?
Correct. Yeah.
Awesome. So how much different was it to actually be on the lane with all the stuff that was going on, rather than being the one in the back doing the encouraging?
It was different, right? You get to compete. And it was an experience that I'd never expected. I mean, sure, I know that there's going to be people upon people there, and it's just as noisy as a YBC event, but it was, I didn't know what to expect, but in the same way, I kind of knew what was going to happen. It was good.
Now, if I recall correctly, the night before the bowling started, because I was there as Team Manitoba's manager, aggregate champs, PS, for all of you who forgot.
What?
I seem to remember Roland walking around the mean streets of Edmonton, just kind of pacing around outside of the hotel at ungodly hours the night before. And I think Robbie and I were walking around too, and we just kind of asked.
We're trying to get some food.
Yeah, we're trying to find food. And Yeah, I think I said, Roland, what's going on? You know, like you want to come get some food? You want to do whatever? No, man. You know, just walking around, whatever. What was going through your mind that first night? You weren't things weren't turning, were they?
No. I was doing exactly what I said, just walking around. I did end up going to look for food, couldn't find any, so I struck out there and went to bed hungry. But no, it was just doing that, just walking around.
And waking up and having the greasiest breakfast buffet in the history of hotel breakfast buffets.
It was saltiest.
Yeah, it was pretty salty.
God.
I had about 15 sticks of bacon and it went right to the calves. I mean, I couldn't put my shoes on it.
So, you know, I think the main reason I wanted to have you on, I think this is what you presented to me when I was asking for people who want to be on, is to talk about every Manitoba Teaching Master's favorite thing, the Royal Rumble.
That's right.
So the Royal
Rumble, the most glorious trophy in sports.
The greatest trophy in sports. Now, please explain to the audience what on earth is the Royal Rumble.
Well, it's kind of a child of an event that not even an event. You just did a challenge. You created a page, Manitoba 5-pin challenge page, and you were challenging people to pins over average head-to-heads. And I don't know what it was. Somebody was talking about one night doing a triple threat match versus you and whomever else. And I just kind of thought about why don't I make this a bigger event at the teaching masters. So I just put it out there, and it was I think it was like mid-March of 2018. Threw it out on Facebook. Everybody's like, yeah, I'm in. Sure, why not? And went down in the basement, found an old YBC trophy, and put a male and a female bowler on it, and then showed up at the first event that we had it at Rossmere Lanes, and it kind of went from there. Jamie Newton graciously added 5 more bowling people to it with a bunch of glue. It's just.
Do you have a picture of it? Do we have a picture anywhere?
You know what? I'll go and look for one. But while you're looking for it, let's talk about. Do you remember, trivia question, who won the first one?
El Presidente, Tim Hooper.
Oh, Hooper won the first one.
His survive and advance method is, I think, out of the 8 events that first Royal Rumble, I think he was at least 50% negative. So he was just eking through, and yeah, he ended up winning the first one. Hasn't been able to repeat though.
Now, how many repeat winners have there been?
Oh, Mitch Dubell.
Dubell's got 4 wins. He's got 4 wins. He won 4 on his. I think I have it written down here. On his 4th win, it was 4 wins out of the last 7 Rumbles.
So well, he had the back-to-back too, right? Like before.
Twice he had back-to-back. Yeah.
That's
Are we talking about this handsome fella right here?
Yes, we are, with the greatest trophy around.
Take that
trophy's
picture.
The same height as Mitch.
I was going to take the picture and cut Mitch out of the picture and just take the trophy.
There's a closer picture, but I just wanted everybody to see when we joke about Mitch, what he looks like, just so you can put a face to the jokes here. But the big old backup has won him a couple Rumble titles, eh? Yeah. So look at how happy he is. You know what? It is the greatest trophy in sports. There's no debate. Okay, there's no debate.
What Hooper called it the most grotesque yet uniquely satisfying trophy in all of sport.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great. And listen, it's fun. It adds a lot to the Masters events, right? I mean, there's more prize money in it than there is prize money. And it's just a completely separate thing run by an individual. For anybody here who's watching, if you ever go in side pots, please do the person who's running the side pots a favor. Don't make him or her or they chase you around to find out what your freaking scores were. Go tell them. Okay? I don't care if it was a good game or a bad game. Be a good person. Okay?
Amen.
Thank you. Anyway, So the Rumble, you said it was a genesis of the Manitoba 5-pin challenge. Now let's get into that a little bit. So one night, I decided that I was bowling so good that I wanted to get some free drinks out of my good bowling, because I was good once. Don't watch me this weekend, but I was good once. So what I did was I threw it out there. I announced myself as the challenge champion. I'm the champ. If anybody wants to take my title, they need to buy me a drink to buy in, and then whoever wins gets another drink. Now I want to say I started like 10-0, and this was with
you're exaggerating. There's no way you were 10.
Prove me wrong.
He was. I remember
Prove
that.
me wrong, because I didn't lose for like 2 months.
Okay? I know I
He's
challenged
pretty
you
good back
before the Rossmere tournament, and I tried to be different because I think I was the first one to challenge you at like one of the tournaments.
At a Masters,
and I purposely, I'm like, I'm not picking the first couple of games. I'm going to pick a random game right in the middle. And then you threw like a 330. Yeah, threw a 330 in that last game. Beat me by like, was it 15 or something like that?
And thank you for
that was pretty good.
Thank you. The drink. Now,
it was worth it. The competition, baby.
The person who beat me after the 2-month run, I want to say,
I think it was Sam.
It was a Gilardi. I remember it was a Gilardi, but it got to the point where Sam's aunt was coming to our Saturday afternoon bowling and sitting behind my pair, not even the pair that her nephew was bowling on.
Yep.
To come yell at me and beak me the entire time we were bowling.
That's great.
And oh man, she would go nuts on Facebook, just talking, just trash talking the whole time. It was the best. It was the best.
Well, it was just funny to see on Saturdays too. It was because it started as like that one-on-one challenge, and then it ended up being like the triple threat match. So I remember that one week where it was Sam and Dwayne taking on like Brett or whoever was the thing, and it became like the whole thing where you started writing like the story behind the match or whatever, or ways that you think you can win. The one against Aaron was probably one of the best written ones that you did. That was hilarious.
Oh man, I'll have to find it here because I forget what it was, but
I'm pretty sure you're working at Academy West.
I was working at Westwood Lanes,
and you had it like on the big screen. Had his video where he's getting spanked by Mark Johnstone on the screen, taking notes on how to beat him.
Yeah, I had his TSN game up or whatever.
Oh yeah, the pins game.
Yeah. And it was. Oh, here we go. Yeah, there was me. I was taking notes.
I gotta thank you for that, because you were making those previews and your reviews, and that's how I usually finish up. The Royal Rumbles with a post event recap, right? So
that's me taking notes, and I feel like I ended up having notes.
There it is.
Yeah. For those of you who can read that.
2 S's and L bless.
I think the Jana's better at the bottom, right? Was that not didn't they end up getting a Jana's brother shirt for him?
Yeah, that's what ended up starting the Jana's brother shirt.
That's wicked. Drink OV while loudly proclaiming how shit IPAs are.
Yeah, for the non-Manitobans, they won't get that one, but that was the whole Taste of Manitoba thing with Aaron. That's hilarious.
That was wicked for sure. Those are good times, man. I drank for free for like 2 months. It was wicked. It was wicked, and I got to beat Dwayne for like the only time in my entire life. I don't think I beat him other than that.
No, you beat me in TPC.
I don't remember that.
You taught
that
me
never
a good
happened.
lesson.
Listen, you were the big wiener that weekend, just like you're the big wiener every weekend. But you also had the perfect game too, right? So, which was great. I am looking to slide our other guest in here so we can talk about how her weekend went. I just see her settling back into her chair, getting ready to go. Josie, give me a thumbs up if you're ready to hop in here. Beauty. Okay, Josie Brooks, welcome.
Hello.
Hey, Josie.
Sorry, I had to grab my charger. Our computer's
Oh, it's
almost
all
dead.
good. Congratulations on your mixed team winning a spot to the Open at
Thank
the Great
you.
Western Open.
Pardon?
Congratulations. You're
Thank
going
you.
to the
Sorry,
Open
you called out
Championships.
Yeah, no, we're looking forward to it.
So describe it for us. How did the weekend go? How was the atmosphere? Where were you bowling? All that stuff.
So we bowled in Saskatoon, and it was great. The lanes were great. Fairhaven, we kind of struggled, but it honestly didn't really matter. We managed to pull the win out, and we had first locked up on the second day, the end of the second day. So the next 2 games on Saturday, it didn't matter what we did. We had that first seed kind of locked up, which was really nice for our confidence going in. And so the first 2 days we started at Fairhaven and Saskatoon, and then we switched for stepladder in our last couple days. So we just used those last 2 games at Eastview to just find our lines, make sure that we were ready for stepladder. And then stepladder came, and we had double knockout, and we placed first. We only had to win 1 game, and we won the first game we needed, so it was nice.
So as the weekend went along, were there any ups and downs, or were you guys on top the entire time? Like, how did that go?
Yeah, we were on top the entire weekend, which was also a great confidence boost for ourselves. We went, 11-1 for total. So we took 11 totals out of possible 12, which was really kind of cool for us.
Mm-hmm.
We had Kevin Clark as a coach, and he said that he remembers he's never been on a team or coached a team that has had first place locked up before the last day of competition, where it didn't matter what we did. We could have gotten swept every game on that last day, and we would still be fine.
Yeah, but you didn't let up, right? So
no, we played every game like it was our first, like we were behind. And even when we were behind in like the first few frames, like first 5 or 6 frames, we might trail 80 or 100. And then 7, 8, 9, 10, we were just lights out.
That's awesome. Awesome.
It was a really
who's all
great
on your team there?
So it was myself, Crystal Hibner, her husband Jeff Hibner, Jackie Treble, Brent Mebbs, Don Salmon, and Coach Kevin Clark.
It's a pretty good roster.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy too to go through the stats, and the lowest game you guys had is like game 9. You only took 2 points. Everything else was 6, 7, 8. Like that's amazing bowling.
Yeah, it was. The weekend was unreal. This was my first year making a mixed team, but that was because we didn't have enough ladies to field, unfortunately. So, but yeah, no, it was a great experience just bowling with people I never thought I would really bowl with once, let alone twice, like Crystal and Jackie. So it was really awesome to bowl with them again, and bowling with Jeff and the Brent and Dawn as well was really cool. So.
That's awesome. So any other storylines playing out on the weekend?
Yeah, singles was really awesome for myself. I came up short. The qualifying for that was a grind. I didn't know if I was going to make it, honestly, but I came back through a decent game, my last game, to have the 4th spot. Going into step ladder, I ran the ladder and unfortunately lost out to Julie Bain. But she's an amazing competitor, and honestly, there's no one else I would have rather lose to in that match. Obviously, playing your own teammates is hard, so I played Crystal Hibner in the 3-4 spot, or 2-3 spot, I believe. And she's wonderful. I have no bad things to say about this weekend. It went the way we wanted it to. Unfortunately, our men's team didn't come back, but they were... What were they? I think they were 2nd in step ladder, and they came back that first game against Prince Albert, which was really neat to see. Unfortunately, they lost in the gold medal game, but congrats to Saskatoon and Julie and the PA ladies for winning.
They went down 9-0 in the finals there. That's a tough one.
Yeah, and then PA ladies only won by 1. So that was intense to watch.
Yeah. So you guys still do the zones and the winning team goes to the nationals, right?
Yes. Yeah. So we do zones, maker teams, provincials, provincial winners go to nationals. Yeah.
So in Manitoba here, the last couple of years, although last year we just sent a mix in the singles, we do it so we have a provincial. So this year we have 40 people signed up. Or is it 36? No, it's 40.
40 now. We just got to 40.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
After the deadline?
Correct.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought, okay. Anyway.
I think that was more of a suggestion deadline. Sign up by this day, please.
Correct. Like
Till we reach 40 people.
Like Barbosa said, hey, the pirate laws are more guidelines, right?
Exactly.
Anyway, so basically what's going to happen is everybody's going to bowl 18 games over 2 days, and the high pinfall is going to make up 1 to 9, and the top, is it going to be top 5 for step ladder or top 4, Dwayne?
From what I saw, it was top 4.
Yeah, so then top 4 will do a step ladder, and 1 will have the double life. So what do you think of that format, Josie? What do you think about 40 people from all corners of the province showing up in one weekend, bowling 18 games, and that's what decides your fate?
You know, I like that idea. I do. But I think I'm so accustomed to you bowl your cities, you bowl your provincials, and then winner of that goes. But, you know, maybe change is what we need to get more ladies, especially in it. Yeah, I really do like that idea, but I think it also gives people maybe like a Masters kind of set, because that's how we do our Masters. We have 4 tournaments, and then it's that similar to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I like how every province kind of has their own thing when it comes to the Open, especially. Like, I don't know if some people maybe field their mixed teams first or whatever, but just the difference of each province, I think, is really neat.
Mm-hmm. So, well, unfortunately, like, I only got to play 1 when it was still the zone format, and we only had 3 zones, so it was a little different. And then you look at Alberta, and they have what, 5 or 6 zones in Alberta?
5,
and they're all pretty strong, right?
Yeah.
Ontario probably has more than that, right? So I guess it just really depends on how your province is put together geographically, right?
Yeah, I think we have, what do we have? We have East, we have South, us, and Saskatoon. We have 5 zones.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's great. And again, congratulations. Like, that's awesome to get to go to nationals. And I mean, 3 of us are trying to get there too. So maybe we'll see you in Edmonton. Now, let's get into our hot debate topics. We will start with the one that we kind of finished off before we got Roland in here. Let's talk about the dress code. Okay. What do we like about the dress code? Kyle, why don't you start us off? What do you like about the dress code?
What do I like about the dress code?
What do you like about it? What's good about the dress code?
People have to wear like clothes. That's pretty good. I don't want to.
It's not a pickup game on the basketball court. No shirts and skids.
Oh yeah. So you're required to wear clothes. That's the one positive of the dress code. Yeah. Anybody else? What do you guys think?
I think formality and tradition, like, I enjoy that aspect of it.
Nothing pisses me off more than when somebody says this is the way we've always done it. Moving on. Anyway, Josie, what do you think?
Well, off of what you just said, I don't really think it matters. Like, for myself, I know like the dress code is no leggings or all that kind of stuff, but I don't think it matters. To me, I can bowl in yoga pants, I can bowl in leggings, I can bowl in a skort. My skort passes the fingertip test. I don't know. I'm not focused on what I'm wearing for pants. As long as I've got something on, I'm there to bowl. I'm not there worrying about what other people are wearing. Or, I don't know. If you're in your team uniform, you're in your team uniform. If you want to wear a skort, give her. If you want to wear wide leg yoga pants, fine. As long as you're there to bowl, that's all that should matter. And that's where I pretty firmly stand there with the dress code. It hasn't really bothered me any. It's been like that for me all through my YBC days. I have my own little tweaks that I put into my dress code, but other than that, they're just pants.
Well, representing at like provincials and nationals, to see people in basketball shorts in a basketball jersey or tank tops, beach clothes, or summer wear, like that wouldn't look.
It wouldn't look professional. No,
and I think that there should be. I think we should be a lot looser with our rules, but we should still keep some sort of.
I would like the black pants
standard.
rule.
There should be a standard.
There should be a standard. You know, your black pants don't show up in sweatpants. That's not professional.
Yeah. And like that's the biggest thing. You don't want to do the sweatpants thing, right?
Yeah, like you don't go to work in sweatpants. You don't go to work in basketball shorts. Right? You go to work in dress pants, or for my case, I work at a bowling alley. I usually wear yoga pants to work, right? I'm not going to show up to work.
But what happens if somebody wants to match a colored pair of pants with a colored polo shirt? It's about style or something like that. Like, I don't have a problem with somebody trying to do that. Like, I get the black pants and that.
Look at golf.
Well, that's exactly what it is, right?
Or
technically speaking, for most of the guys are wearing golf pants, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah.
I think that's other than team uniform, like a team uniform, it would be the only argument in my opinion. But when you're going for singles, or you should be whatever floats your boat, whatever represents you.
Yeah.
As long as there's some formality to it, yeah.
Well, I mean, if a guy, like you say, Dwayne, if a guy wants to go singles and he wants to add some flair to the lanes, I mean, look at a guy like Kyle Troop on the PBA. I mean, that guy's wearing everything under the sun, right? Yeah. Every color. You know, all those guys' shirts are crazy, right? I mean, golf shirt's a golf shirt. Whether it's collared, you can get them now without collars. You can get the Tiger Woods style where there's no buttons, whatever makes you comfortable. I mean, yeah, you don't want to go, like Josie said, you want to kind of look professional, right? If the pants are hemmed well, not torn, shirts same way. I mean, bowling in a t-shirt, I probably wouldn't do it, but you know, that's just me, right? So it's
also kind of funny to, it's funny to think about, like, if we did open it up and say, like, hey, just present yourself in a way that you want to be presented. Would people then really steer away from the black pant and the collared shirt? Like, that's something that comes to my mind. Like, maybe for females, maybe leggings would be more seen on the lanes.
Well, what do we see at the Cash Tour, right? What are we seeing there? Majority of people are wearing collared shirts,
and you see leggings and yoga pants.
Yeah,
but like, to touch on that a bit, like the professional bowlers in the PBA, they're wearing not necessarily collared shirts. They're wearing more kind of like a jersey, like I'm wearing right now, with their sponsors on it and their name. It doesn't necessarily have to be a collared shirt, but it still has to look professional at the same time.
It's still clean, yeah. It's still clean look, yeah.
Yeah, it's not like you're trying to do like a baseball, like a button-up baseball jersey or like a basketball jersey with like sleeves underneath, right? Like, and that's what I mean. There's so many different ways you can go with polos and stuff now. Like Roland said, like I know myself personally, like that Tiger Woods style, like just with a higher neck and no button. That's a comfortable shirt. I love that shirt.
But we should be all about comfort here.
Like, and that's the biggest thing with the game.
You know, it should be up to each individual about how they want to present themselves, right? Now, but how do you go about it? Do you put out a list of what's acceptable, or do you put out a list of what's not acceptable? Right? Like, which way do you go? Do you ban stuff, or do you tell people what they're allowed to? Because right now,
it'd probably be easier to do the not acceptable, right?
Yeah, the way that it's worded now, it's like, this is what you're allowed to wear, right? Rather than being like, this is what we don't want you to wear. And listen, if somebody wants to show up in a t-shirt and sweatpants, as long as they're clean, if that's the dude that wins the tournament, then like whatever. I mean, we want more people to play. Like, if you're willing to put down the money to pay the lineage, to give the little chunk to the association that's running it, and then you end up winning it, and then you get known as the dude that showed up in a t-shirt and sweatpants and won a bowling tournament. Good for you, right? Like, I don't think that we do a good enough job as associations provincially with our media to really ask that of people to like dress professionally. Who knows? Maybe CTV is going to show up and do a thing on us. No, man. Like, I think we need more people to play. And if you're willing
they
to
could
pay
get the shot of the guy with the stains on his sweatpants.
What's that?
Well,
they could get the shot of the guy with like stains on his sweatpants.
that's a tough, like, that's a good, I don't know. I feel like that's a good discussion, but if we need people to play, but there's also got to still, like, in my opinion, there still needs to be rules. Like, I think the rules are too strict of what they are, but you still need guidelines. You still need some sort of a standard. Like, choosing the colors and such, I don't think, like, I think that's getting what color shirt you wear. You have to have this or you have to have that. Any polo shirt and clean pants or shorts. Like, no sports shorts. Like, look good.
We could not be
the color for the pants
anymore.
You can get rid of too.
Sorry, what was that, Roland?
Sorry?
Well, I was going to say the color of the pant you can wide
exactly
wide open. Like, everybody has to wear black pants everywhere. You go for a job somewhere, you're working at Tim Hortons or you're working at McDonald's, you're wearing black pants, right? Sometimes you can't find black pants because everybody's got them. So
especially when you're representing yourself. When you're representing yourself, like, you want to express yourself, your character, your personality, whatever. You want, dress good, play good, look good, play good, whatever you believe in, right? So, as long as it's not like, you're showing up for just rolled out of the dumpster and you're trying to play, like,
big mustard stain on the front of my shirt. Shit
got
wild last night.
I think the grades the association a little bit when you're starting to look like that.
But
not the way you want to be represented.
Sport could not be more perceived as a birthday party thing than it is already, right? Do you think people could view our sport any more casually than they already do? Now, this is the wrong group to ask.
Competitively.
Right? Because we're all like, yeah, bowling kicks ass. Like, it's great competitively. Like, it's a great sport full of athletes, right? We're the wrong group to ask. But if you ask somebody on the street,
they wouldn't know that competitive exists.
What do you think about bowling?
They wouldn't know
competitive exists. And then they're like, whoa, you can actually do something with this.
Yes, that's the thing that I find the most, Josie, is that I find that the people who are not exposed to that, competitive play and the fact that there's national events and such, they look at 5-pin bowling and go, birthday parties, glow bowling, let's have popcorn, drinks,
recreational.
Yeah, absolutely.
A night out.
Of course it's leisure. Absolutely. I get it. But once you see that there are professional or people to make money and there's national events and there's wait, you play for Team Manitoba or Team Saskatchewan, Team Alberta, how many times have you been to nationals? I can't believe that exists. What that's I feel like those opinions would change if they were exposed to the fact that such a level exists.
And you're telling me, sorry, go ahead, Josie.
No, that's okay. I know on the weekend when we were at Eastview, they have such a big center, or at least for Saskatchewan, they have a big center, and they had 10-pin going on the other side. Obviously, they didn't creep into the 5-pin, but they had 10-pin lanes going on the other side. And, you could see as they were walking by to go to the washroom on the other side, they were stopping and they were like, what's going on over there? Like, they were getting into it and just like being able to turn around from like a good shot or even a not good shot and cheer on your team and see random people like watching you bowl. It's a humbling feeling. Well, I love when people ask like, hey, what's going on over there if there's a tournament in and they come on. Or even Wednesdays at Glencairn, we have our men's league that's going on right now. And people come in and be like, we bowl 5-pin? Obviously, I have to say no because there's a league. And they're like, oh, there's bowling leagues? Like, they have no idea that it's more than just a recreational night out.
Well,
and with the pro league stuff right now, too, like, you start seeing a lot of that when they're playing, or even during like open play, because like especially at Dakota, and like I'm assuming St. James probably has the same thing now too, because they have like their banners up, and you have people asking questions about it. And I know the last couple of Sundays that I was actually there, you have the people coming in for their parties, but they're coming over to watch because they're seeing, you know, a team with their professional jerseys and all that going on and getting hyped up, and they're interested in what it's about.
It asks the question.
So
it raises the question.
Exactly.
Last year at the provincials for C5, there was it was at T-Birds in Brandon, and they have like an absolute. It's an entertainment center. It's a world-class place. They have, I think, 16, maybe 12 lanes at the a 5-pin at the front, and it's 10-pin going along. And I was playing Colton in the step ladder, and there was a birthday party of kids, and it got loud. Like big shots were getting loud, and all of these like 6 and 8-year-old kids came to like watch the rest of the finals, and they're like high-fiving us and cheering us on, and they have no idea what's going on. But without now, hopefully some of those guys join YBC now, understanding that there's more to the game than
there's
just
something to work
a birthday
towards
party.
and just
Exactly.
Hitting the pins and then come back next week, right? Like
yeah, it was really exciting. It was a humbling feeling, like you said, when these strangers are and the parents are going, "Oh, what's going on here?" You know, I'm trying to ignore them because I'm playing. But you know,
but you can't help but want to look back and
absolutely,
just see,
yeah.
Side note about that scoring system is some kids about halfway down on the 10-pin side. The scoring system there is the one where you can send messages to other lanes, and some kid over on lane 13 were beaking me the entire time and sending me messages in my lane. So, you know, you had a good experience with those kids. I did not. Okay, but their dads looked pretty mean, so I didn't say anything.
To touch on that a bit.
Robbie, shut up for a second.
No, I'm not even talking about the beating. I'm talking about the reason that as with 5-pin that we don't have those people like that know about the sport is because the bowling alleys they don't have the stands like when you look at Heritage, for instance, at the finals. They have the bleachers there. If you had something like that for the spectators to come watch us bowl or any of the tournaments bowl, then you would be able to showcase the sport a little bit better, because then they get the fans involved. You look at the PBA, they got stands all along the side. Guys are throwing strikes, going up and high-fiving all the fans as they throw a gigantic shot in 10 or something like that. Like that's what we could
there's also
try
some
to
more
go
money
towards.
there.
Well,
you're
no
telling
kidding.
me the reason that we're gonna become more popular is because people are wearing black pants and a collared shirt. Like, is that what we're getting at here? That like we can't, like, the sport can't be popular unless we're dressed well?
No,
come on, right?
That
like, if a dude goes out and bowls a perfect game, he's wearing a white tank top, and you know, Garth Brooks concert T-shirt or sweatpants with his college logo on it and some house shoes.
So you're telling me I gotta go out on my next pair of shoes I make and make cowboy boots, and I'll have like stirrups on the back and have like this stone cold.
You gotta bring the assless chaps out, Kyle. That's what you need. The assless chaps.
Excellence is excellence. It's not high level because of what people are wearing. Sure, it looks nice.
No, but that's not what it is in any sport.
You know,
that's not what it is in any sport.
I will say, uniformity will catch the eye of anybody, right? Since the beginning of time. So if you got a center that's got 24 lanes and there's 5 people on a lane and everybody's dressed in black pants and shirts, whether the shirts are, you know, team oriented or all the same color, a la Masters, it's going to catch the eye of somebody that comes in, right?
But that's the fun part about our game now too, is with everybody coming out with the custom shirts and all that kind of stuff. That's something exciting to see what people come up with. Like when you get your one, I'm pretty sure everybody's gonna want one of those ones. But like it's something that makes you stand out as an individual, right? Like Dwayne has his Colorado one. like biggest Colorado fan I know, but like coming out and representing something that you care about in your shirt, like that's cool too. And like hopefully that gets people hyped up about it. Like you can have some individuality about it.
Right.
Well, you get to express yourself how you want, and you get to, I have a certain shirt I like to wear only on Sundays, so it gets me in a vibe. It gets me feeling like, hey, this is my, Sunday shirt. This is the one you're supposed to win in.
Easy, Tiger.
That's a good feeling. But if there's a formality, where you can't wear that now, that goes. It's just on you. It's more superstition than anything. But like in golf, those guys wear whatever they want. They get to, do. But there is a dress code still.
Well, I mean, the things that get me are it has to have a logo on it, or it has to not have a colored aspect to it, or like a colored belt or a waistline or whatever it is on some of the like ladies' athletic pants, right?
There was one that can't have like smoking on it or something like that too, or anything.
Listen, hey, if I go out and I secure a player's sponsorship, you better let me wear it.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe we need to go to cigarettes because they don't sponsor anything anymore. So maybe
I want to get sponsored by Qdoba, and I can have a big thing of like queso dip on the back of my shirt.
Come on, man.
That guy loves it.
I think that during our tournaments, they should just have a big Masters banner up that represents all the players that are playing there. Tournament in progress, etc. Advertising it. And then we don't have to worry about having that logo. No one's seeing that little logo on our shirts anyway.
But that's what I mean. You end up getting a shirt when you make the team, right? And they make their shirt available. So if you want to represent their logo when you're playing, you get one of those shirts. Yeah. Other than that, like that was never my thing. Like I know when I was on the board, I didn't really care if you had a logo on your shirt or not. Like
again,
to be honest with you,
we needed more of you on the board.
Well,
maybe that's why I was only on there for a couple of years.
When there's a big ass burrito on your shirt, Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
Sponsorship, man.
A waterfall of queso coming off my shoulder.
Yeah.
I have some chips on the one side. Yeah. That's cheese, baby.
Well, okay. So then what can we say that isn't accepted right now should be allowed, in your opinion, right? Whether
headbands.
Hats.
So headgear.
Hats and headbands, yeah. Well, that's the whole thing too, with especially like on the men's side, right? A lot of us don't have hair long enough where we can tie up and put it back. So it's cool for us just to have it in our eyes. Like that's why I started wearing a headband in the first place.
Okay, so then if you allow hats,
the chapeau is going to fall under the rule. If it pops off your head and over the foul line,
that's not a foul anymore. That's not a foul anymore.
Oh, really?
It's not a foul anymore. No.
Okay.
It's
earbud
just
falls
like
out,
this
earring
foul
falls
has to
out,
be something
anything.
that you maintain your balance and it's a follow through on your shot.
Yeah,
it's not any
shot,
articles on your person. Like when I rip buttons.
What happens if you get really angry though and you throw your hat and it goes over the line? Is that still a foul?
Might have to look at the judge and play for that one.
Maybe it's a swear that I do before I chuck the hat.
So then, what's on the hat? Right? Is it just a blank hat? Right?
Can
you wear
like
a beanie?
For that, like for like hats and stuff, I feel like as long as there's no like profanity on it.
Okay.
Why not? Like you don't want to go and have, I don't know, like those Trudeau hats that were going around, right? Like you might not want to have something like that where it's profanity on it, right? Or having swear words or stuff like that all over. I could see like associations not wanting that because that reflects directly onto not only the bowler but the association.
What was that store in the mall that used to sell those hats and shirts? Spencer's or whatever it was?
Yeah,
exactly. Just don't wear a hat from Spencer's.
Wayne, you wanted to wear your snowman's toque right now, or you wanted to wear your hat, Kyle, or like any of you guys. You guys are all wearing hats, right? Like there should be. Go ahead.
Okay.
If it doesn't count as a foul,
I only wear it because I'm bald. So
that's fair. That's me too. Okay, so hats. So hats would be something that would be nice. Of course,
Colors?
you'd have to have some guidelines for that, right? But I mean, it goes for anything. You can't have profanity on any of your clothing anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So just keep that in, and then
Would the hats have to be worn like this
Proper.
or proper?
Yeah, I guess that would be the.
Yeah.
it's a good look for you, Kyle.
Yeah, so it'd have to be
Represent
I
it.
mean,
Let's
that's
get
how
them.
that's how it was for slow pitch for a while, like in the 90s and early 2000s. If you're wearing a hat when you were playing, it had to be facing forward. You had to wear it properly. Yeah. They took that rule out because, again, I mean, at least slow pitch is taking rules out like crazy. Just anything that's a barrier to entry, anything that isn't really that important for safety, yeah, that'd be cool as hell.
Top hats would be cool.
Top
That would be
hat.
super cool.
That's my dad.
Yeah, but how tall is the top hat?
I think the taller the better.
Restrictions on that.
Well, do you accessorize with the top hat and you have like the monocle on and
Monocle?
look like Mr. Peanut?
He's a Monopoly guy? Like, relax.
Have like tails on like a sport coat? Yeah, let's go.
You have to have an
go big or
amazing
go home.
pocket watch.
Okay,
then.
so headgear. I mean, that's a big one, right? I
Just
mean,
start swinging it around.
when you're at the tour, I mean, there's tons of people wearing hats while they bowl, right? Tons and tons and tons. Okay, anything else? Any
Colors. No restriction on colored pants or colored shirts.
Okay, so then they have to be pleated. So they have to be like athletic pants.
There's going to be the same restrictions that we have now, other than just it doesn't have to be colored.
Black.
Like it can be any color you want.
So no jeans, no sweatpants,
Yeah.
nothing striped.
You can have pinstripes on your pants.
Stripes
as long as they're golf pants.
Colors, as long as they're a golf pant.
Okay.
Like
Golf
anything
pant, golf
like that.
short, whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
Where if you have gray dress pants you like to bowl in, go ahead. It doesn't.
What
as
about
long as they're a
utility
pant.
kilts?
Yeah, exactly. Kilt's good. Go nuts.
So then
Kilt.
you
Skirt.
open this up.
Airy.
You make it so that you can wear any colored pant that you want to.
Put a
Okay.
sporn on it too.
Somebody shows up in something that's kind of borderline. How do you deal with that now? Right?
I think you just say, "Hey, don't wear those next time." That's it. Like,
I wouldn't. Say
I don't think we get to.
age,
I
or
don't
be
think we
like,
get
you
to.
can no longer play. I don't think that they're
No.
pants.
Exactly.
Their
Like
pants.
your
At least you're
pants.
wearing pants.
I don't think we get too shitty about that. We hey, don't these are not what fall within the guidelines. Don't wear them again next time, please.
Okay.
Simple.
Okay, so different colored pants.
Less pushing people away, the better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, headgear and different.
What
colored
happens
pants.
if the same person though comes to the next event and they're wearing a different
Yeah,
color?
well,
Well-
I think that falls under a different category of clothes now. It calls under ignorance and just lack of respect for.
Yeah. Penalty
The
flag.
rules.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I had this conversation with you last time, Roland. Don't do this. Well, screw you, Dwayne. All right.
Wow. Okay.
That there's got to be a penalty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some kind. Because you literally just don't care anyway.
Then a challenge flag will be thrown.
Yeah, well,
Right.
there it is. Then a 2-year debate and
Well, you know what? What we should talk about next is, and we'll go around the horn here. We're gonna start. You guys see the order here? We'll go Kyle, Dwayne, Josie, Roland, Rob. I could just remove you, Rob. Okay?
I mean, you could go.
Robbie hates anchor.
Do you want to go? Do you want to go first, Robbie?
No, it's fine. It's
Well,
fine.
Robbie
You
can
know
be
what?
lead off.
Robbie loves that he's his anchor on his brother's team this year. He loves
You know what?
it.
Honestly, I want to finish
It's a
with
huge
either
flex.
Kyle or Dwayne because they have a unique perspective, having gone as a teaching and as a tournament, right? Both of
It's
you
your
guys
show.
have, right?
Yep. gone twice.
Josie, how many nationals have you been to?
YBC included?
Let's go Masters. How many
Masters?
Masters have you got?
3.
Okay,
This will be my third one.
and Open.
3. This will be my third.
Okay, So let's let you know what, Josie. Let's just start with you then, right? Because you're fresh off your win. You've got that excitement. You got that stuff going.
Yeah.
How was your rookie year? What was your experience like? Let's go Masters first. So how was your Masters rookie year?
Oh, somebody's about to get it. Look out.
Sorry.
She's leaning back.
Okay. Bring them on too. If they want to come on the podcast, they can come too.
They're fine. Okay, sorry. Anyways, my rookie year. For
Masters.
Okay. So Masters, my first year I was singles, which oh my goodness, it was so much fun. It was, I was just coming out of YBC. I was still in YBC. I was 19. It was definitely a different experience because I had only bowled one other singles nationals in my career, and that was 2018. So the year before. And, being able to bowl with people like Jen Baker, Megan Gallicano, like those big names that I have looked up to for so long, it was, I don't even have the words to even now I'm like, I'm bowling with these people. And for me, it's still like I don't want to say culture shock, but like, oh my goodness, I fit in with these people. Like I am this new elite bowler now. And
so that's 2019 Quebec?
Yes.
Okay. So you go there, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. You're just happy to be there, bowling against the legends of the ladies' game. You've sent the message across the coast to coast saying that Josie Brooks is right in the mix with all these ladies. You're good. Okay, so you make Masters the second time. Okay, and how was it different? How was the feeling different? When you made the team, and your routine. I guess it's kind of different for you because you were singles first. Were you singles the second time as well?
No, I was the ladies team.
Okay. So then how was the feeling different? Like, because I remember as a rookie for me, like the team flight and all the team events, and it was like, oh my God, I got to be here, and then I got to be there, and people are dragging me out of my room. So like, how different was it when you went the second time?
I've always really preferred the team dynamic. So being on the ladies team it felt comfortable. When I made singles the year before, I was like, this is out of my comfort zone. I don't know if I fit in. Like, am I going to be able to bowl how I want to bowl? And then next year I made teams, and I got my team to back me up. Perfect. I'm bowling with people that I grew up bowling with already and knowing. And, being pulled this way or the other, I was used to it because I've only ever bowled teams. Mm-hmm. So it didn't really come to a surprise to me. And that was in Edmonton last year. So I don't know, the team dynamic I've always loved. I always loved turning around and, coming off a really big shot. You got 7 people there where with singles, you turn around and you go, yeah, okay, well, it was a good shot for me. Mm-hmm. Go me.
Well, how about the stuff off the lanes? Because, bowling's old hat for all of us, right? You line up in your spot, find your target, throw your shot. How about the stuff off the lane? How about, the opening ceremonies, closing ceremonies, all that kind of stuff? How was it the second time versus the first time?
First time for singles, I don't know. We got marched in and we sat at the front, and compared to YBC, opening ceremonies are really long.
Oh yeah.
And I just sit up front, so I was like, okay, I can't get up. I don't want to be disrespectful. I can't move. They walk you in, you stand at the front, you wait for everyone to get there, right? And then teams, it was you sit at the back.
It's just another bum in the crowd, eh?
Yeah, exactly. You sit in the crowd and you stand up and clap when you got to stand up and clap. And other than that, you can mull around.
Yeah.
Get drinks if you're thirsty. Or go up to your room if you want.
To be one of those cool guys sitting at the back, talking trash, sipping cocktails during the whole ceremonies, eh?
Yeah, exactly. But with singles, you can't. You're up right at the front, and if you get up, everybody's seeing.
Yeah.
Everybody watches you walk through that crowd and right back. I couldn't.
And that's what you earn by being the best. No freedom, no drinks for you. You sit there and you watch.
And you sit through these.
I was actually shocked that Taylor didn't send you as a rookie to go get him a drink when he was sitting up there at the front.
Me? Yeah. No, I didn't get really rookied. It was great.
Yeah, you weren't on the team, right? Like nobody.
I wasn't
really
on the team, and then open.
Yeah.
Like my first year open, that was the year that they're like, okay, no more rookieing, no more rookie dance. Like, no, we're done. So I was like, I'll get some drinks. I can do that.
So does Saskatchewan have any special things that they do as a province for their bowlers? Any special nights that they have as a group? Any sort of like, any traditions that Saskatchewan has that's unique?
For more so for the open, every year, like if you make a national team, you have to participate in a Regina 5-Pin Association fundraiser, and then we get proceeds back for that to help us pay for nationals, and then we can go off and do our own thing. So that's really nice that they put that on for us and kind of take the stress away from us. But as far as like Saskatoon and like all that, I'm not sure what they do. As far as S5 goes, we have to sell elimination tickets for the open, and that's kind of a thing. But other than those two things, it's not really a big collective contingent. You do this. It's just the R5 fundraiser that we do, and then you get together as a team here and there for drinks or team bonding kind of stuff. But
okay, well, like for example, in Manitoba, after all the bowling's done, just before the closing ceremonies, every single person in the contingent goes to the manager's room, and just everybody kind of recaps of how everything went. Everybody has a drink together as a contingent, right? Like they host a Manitoba room, right?
Yeah. And like we do stuff like that too. It's usually after every day. Like this year, all my coaches are always great. Never anything bad to say. But this year, Kevin, he was really like inclusivity. After every fifth frame, he would huddle us up, and make sure we're staying in the moment, even if we were 200 ahead or if we were down 80, or after we were done bowling, we were back to our hotel. It was Kate meet in my room for a quick team meeting. We'd have a drink. We would just hang out as a contingent. The last night we were kind of pressed for time, but we all met as a contingent. We had a quick team meeting. We did pictures, we had drinks, and then it was down to the banquet where we all sat and we ate together. And then we have like a little social dance thing going on. But other than that, that's usually how all of our provincials go. We're usually about the same.
Right on. Okay, let's go to a teaching men's perspective, and I hate to say this. Let's go to Robert Brian Jr. Hendrickson over in the bottom corner. So, how many masters have you gone to, Rob?
3.
Okay. Where was your rookie year? And what did you have to do as a rookie?
It was Hamilton, and I was supposed to dress up like a Las Vegas showgirl, but I'm not like, I don't know. It's not my thing. So instead, like the women were supposed to dress up as Elvis, so I dressed up as Elvis instead.
Now, Rob, I was there. I was there.
Look at my background. Who's that? What is that?
That's my picture. Why do you have my picture?
Green screen.
You should get a picture of Robbie like as Elvis with the burger meat hanging out of the zip.
So Robbie was basically Elvis right before he died. He was sweaty. His shirt wasn't done up.
Oh my goodness!
It was the best thing ever. He comes flying into the Team Manitoba room. Just sweaty as hell.
It was hard not to spit out a drink when he came in the room because it was hilarious.
And you guys had to perform a song as a group, right?
I think so. I can't remember.
Like you guys had to do It's Raining Men, right? I'm pretty sure, and then the girls had to do another one, right? I'm pretty sure that's how it went. Josie, when you went as a rookie, did they have anything like that? Did they make the rookies do a song or anything as a group?
No, but so when I made my first year open masters, I didn't have to do anything, which is great. Open, Sarah Ouellette was texting and be like, hurry up, like team meeting in so-and-so's room. And I was like, oh crap, okay, I gotta hurry up and get ready. So I got ready and we rushed downstairs, and yeah, they were there with like tablecloths and like the little crappy plastic ones you buy from the dollar store. They tied that around me as a cape, and then I had some necklace thing going on, and that was it. And then we did like rookie games at nationals, but that was as far as my rookie game went. I got really lucky.
Well, I think so. I don't know. So Dwayne, last year was your first open, right?
Yeah.
Kyle, have you been to the open?
I've never. This is the first time I've actually ever played the open.
And then Roland and Robbie, you guys have never played the open, right?
No.
So, harkening back to my good days again, I made the team in 2016. I got to bowl in Oshawa, and they were still doing the dance. Now, I don't know if any of you guys have heard about this Old MacDonald Had a Farm dance that they used to do, but it was gross. I'll just say it. I will just say it, and I have no, and they don't do it anymore, obviously, right? Because you guys didn't have to do it last year, right? Yeah.
No.
So
About the open?
it was Old MacDonald Had a Farm, and I'm guessing this is tradition from way back in the day. And again, like you can't, I mean, whatever. Again, when people say that's the way it's always been, I will smack you in the face. But yes, thank you. It was horrible, Shar. It was horrible. But just to describe it, I'll say it very briefly. It's basically Old MacDonald had a farm, and then they would name a farm animal, and you had to pretend like you were
said farm animal,
milking the other person as that animal, right?
That sounds horrible.
It was horrible. But let me tell you why it's even more horrible, because when I made it, so I'm a 31-year-old rookie, and you're not allowed to do it with a rookie from your own province. You have to, it's somebody of the opposite sex. So I get paired up with a girl from Southern Ontario. I can't remember who it was. Fresh out of YBC, like half my age, right? And we were positioned on the stage right by the table where her parents were sitting. So I have to do this dance with this girl, like right in front of her parents, and they give us a little demo in the back. Nice, Rob. Beautiful. Right in front of her parents. So you know what? I decided to be a good person, and I told her, I was like, listen, you don't touch me. Don't touch me. Right? Like I was just like, just don't even get close to me, right? You know, just to make it so it wasn't awkward. So about 6 feet apart, we kind of went through the motions or whatever. But yeah, it was definitely, it was not the best. Now with what Aaron's saying here, I don't mind rookie stuff. Okay? I don't mind it. If you want somebody to carry your balls from lane to lane for a day, or carry one of your bags inside when you're at the hotel, cool. Right? Like, come on.
Like harmless stuff like that. But the embarrassment to a degree.
Yeah.
Like that, like the rookie dance and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah. That was, I mean, obviously they didn't do it anymore because like people did really have a problem with it. I mean, I had a huge problem with it. And I'm like the most laid back guy ever. Like I'll do anything, especially for money. But I did not want to do that. Yeah, Dwayne knows. But yeah, let's move on from the dance
We
because
got
it's
some
bringing
videos.
like PTSD. Like I don't want to talk about it anymore. Roland, so you only had your rookie year. So what was it like, and what was your rookie duty? And I know exactly how this went. What was your rookie stuff last year? What did your team manager have you do?
Oh man, we had to sing the toughest song ever, and it was pretty good actually. I had to try my hardest to not bust out in a laugh because I had the president of Masters right in front of me, and he was crying. Like, what's his name again?
Brian Rossetti.
Yeah.
Rossetti, yeah. So he was in front of me because we were doing tequila, and when you organized it all, we had to we're supposed to be straight faced, but I don't think Alyssa kept a straight face
Oh my
from the
goodness.
get-go.
She was crying.
She was losing her mind, and
The best.
Carol Billick started dancing, but I was watching. Rossetti was just crying because I was just stone faced, and it was just
Everybody was in tears from laughing so hard. Every time I hear that song, I think of Liz and just her. Oh gosh, it makes me laugh every time. Every time.
I haven't seen a human being struggle more in my life than Alyssa Campbell.
Oh my goodness.
Standing on stage, I don't know who she was looking at or what was going on. I don't know. Were there people dancing around on stage? Like something was going on that she just like it looked like she was going to explode. I feel like there is a video somewhere. I don't know where it is, but I think Sandy.
I for sure have a couple.
I think I have one. Nice.
Yeah. So that's okay. So that's what you did for your rookie. Now, did anybody get you to do anything else there, Roland?
Dwayne was probably the only one. It was funny because it was, hey, rookie, go do this for me. And then I got called a veteran after I performed the duty. So it was, he said, hey, go up to the manager's room and bring me some beers. So instead of bringing 6 beers down open-handed, I put them in a bag wrapped in a towel to keep them cool.
It's veteran play.
Veteran play. I mean, I'm no dummy, right? I've been around over 50 years, man. I know what's going on.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yes, I know.
Paid his dues. That's it.
The whole thought behind that song was, I know there was some pretty big, and my dad made the team, right? Which is why it was cool because I got to go as a manager. Robbie made the teaching team. My dad made the senior team. So all 3 of us got to go, which was pretty cool. But my dad had a lot of reservations about what are they going to make me do as a rookie? And I was like, Dad, don't worry, I'll figure something out. It's going to be super low app. It'll be really easy. And then that's when it ended up. I saw it on America's Got Talent. I was like, oh, that's perfect, right? Rob, I'm going to kick you out. Okay, you're one shitty picture away from getting kicked off. Okay, let that be a warning.
Robbie, you got piss stains on that sheet.
Yeah,
brand new. It's a green screen.
At least it's a clean.
Why would there be pee on it already? Like, come on.
You tell us. Okay, Kyle. How about you? Okay, so I know your rookie year for Masters was Calgary.
Yeah, Calgary. I believe that was 2013. Yeah.
I drew.
I think our rookie thing for everybody was put on a cowboy hat and they make you run around at where were we having our thing? It was at kind of like a stampede thing. So you had to just run around and recite some stupid thing, and that was it. But nobody from Manitoba really asked me to do anything because I think not a lot of people knew me, and I guess they were afraid of me at the time. Something like that. I think Karen asked me to do the strongman, the hammer bell thingy, the carnival thingy. I think that's the only thing that I did.
Okay. And then how was it when you had to come back, right? Because you've been to Masters a few times since then. How different was it for you when you came back as a person who had experienced the Nationals before?
It kind of just gives you you end up it's addicting. You want to kind of go back every year. That's the whole goal, right? Mm-hmm. So you get that little taste and crack rock.
Did you? I know personally, like when Belmo. Okay, I can respect that.
Yeah.
I know that when I went my rookie year in Newfoundland, so that was a whole cycle ago. So that was over 10 years ago. It was just like a whirlwind. Like holy crap! Like there's so much stuff going on. And then when I made it again in Winnipeg, it was just like, okay, business time, right? Like I'm here to win. Like let's go. Like all the other stuff is cool, right? But I've already done it. Like let's, I'm here to win the bowling, right? How would you guys feel? How would you feel about that, Kyle? Would you say it was kind of the same thing? Like first time you went, like it was cool. Here's the experience.
Well, that was like the thing with the way when you came back, because you were super hyped up, and that was like the year that you went was my first year back to bowling altogether when I was playing at Park. And I remember when you came back, how hyped up you were. And then you convincing me to actually play in Masters. And that was my goal was like, I make the joke all the time. That's always my goal is so me and you can be on the team once.
Yeah.
So that was a really, big thing is the way that you came back all hyped up and trying to get everybody else to do it. So I wanted to see what it was about. Yeah.
It was nice.
So yeah, getting hyped up to do it.
Yeah. Right on. Now, how about as a coach? How about going as a coach?
Like the first time I went to coach was a little bit different than the time that I went when I was coaching like Dwayne and that. So the first time it was kind of just, you're kind of trying to feel out when you need to step in, when you need to stay there, like that kind of thing. Because it's a lot different when you're coaching youth to coaching adult. Because these guys all know how to bowl. Like, actually, like that team had Jeff Bourne, Brad Rusnick on it. Like, you don't really need to say too much to those guys, but it was an interesting experience that year. It was more or less I had to tell the guys, it's like, well, I'm too drunk to go in, so nobody get hurt, right? But like the year that we won gold, when it was like Dwayne, Shane, Trevor, like I think I had the most fun coaching those guys because it felt more like I was a part of that group and what they were doing on the lanes, which was really different than the first year that I went.
Motion seconded on that.
Yeah. So like coaching those guys really kind of got the bug in me to coach too. Like I that's the one thing I'll say, like I don't have any bad things to say about going as a coach. And it's a wicked experience if you get that kind of gelling on the team.
So how about going as a teaching master versus going as a tournament master?
Tournament master is just a lot. You can't really have too many frames off. You have to lock in early. It's the same thing with the single. Like that was the biggest difference with single was my 10th frame the first day was horrendous. Like I went 2 and 5 the first day or something like that. And all my besides the game against Fly, like every one of those games I lost in the 10th frame. I'm more of a team guy, so I feel like that's where it's at for me. Like singles is a little bit different. It's not my wheelhouse. I like being with the team and kind of have a common goal and do it that way. But tournament is it really pushes you to kind of want to be the best player and you want to put in the extra work all the time to get to that level.
Okay. All right, Dwayne, your rookie year, what was that like?
That was Saskatoon 2009. And that was teaching. I think I made it. We had to make hats. We had to make hats and wear them, and then we had to wear them and play musical chairs in front of everyone. And I think that it was me and Bradley Rogers left, and we broke 2 chairs. So that was eventful because I think I sat down before him, and he was, instead of sitting on me, he sat up, and knocked over a chair that way, and we broke some chairs, so that was eventful, but it wasn't much of a rookie hazing. I had to carry. I bunked with one of the tournament men. Bunked with Kevin Boyko, and so I spent a lot of time with Kevin and Karen Armstrong in my rookie year. So I spent a lot of time with that, and I think right when I started bowling, I knew that I wanted to be at the highest level, and that was my first year. So I looked at teaching more of as a stepping stone, and used I could continuously watch where I wanted to be. So it was lots of spectating of the tournament plays. And in 2011, my dad was a rookie, and he had to do the Thriller dance in Quebec, and that was pretty awesome. I found that one to be pretty fun. Everyone was dressed up like zombies, and it was pretty basic. Whatever, they had a professional dance coordinator or coach or whatever that is.
Choreographer.
There you go. Yeah. So that was pretty cool.
Right on.
Yeah.
Thinking back, actually, now that you say the dance thing, Dwayne, my rookie year for Masters, it was Star Wars themed, and we all
I was there for that.
Yeah, we all dressed up in Star Wars characters or whatever, and then we got whisked away to a room for 15 minutes maybe, and then we were all brought back, and then we had to do this little dance skit thing in front of everybody.
Yeah, that was kind of neat.
Stayed in the back though.
Yeah.
That's
fair.
fair.
Yeah, other than that, that's all I had to do.
Right on. My rookie year was Newfoundland in 2012, and we had to. I don't know if that's how you spell Leia, but
no GH.
Yeah.
No.
But I had to get screeched in. Right, I had to become an honorary Newfoundlander.
Well, I got screeched in last year.
Yeah, that was fun.
Which is pretty sweet. Yeah, that's a pretty cool thing. I hope my dad makes seniors again, so he gets that same experience. Right, they give you the certificate and shit, right? So it's nice. Okay, well, you know what? Let's go to the next topic here. Rob, I'm gonna kick you off so fast. Take him down.
Why? What's wrong with Bill Murray?
Because he's the villain in that movie.
It's Bigger and McCracken, baby.
McCracken,
yeah. So you, Dwayne, just talked about going to a teaching master's and then wanting to take that next step.
Yeah.
Right? So let's try to be the best sellers or the elixir salespeople here.
Okay.
And let's sell the 5-pin bowlers across the country right now. What is the quickest way to become an elite bowler? What's the quickest way? Hey, what's the one thing? What's the one thing you got to do? Come on, let's hear it.
Well, you have to be consistent. First of all,
you vanilla, come on.
That's the way it's always been. Just like the dress code.
That's how it's always been, man.
I'll throw one out there. Okay. You gotta hit the middle more. That's it. Right?
Well,
that's it. You hit the middle more, you're gonna be a better bowler. What do you think, Kyle?
The biggest thing is you have to go practice, and you really have to work at cleaning your wood, because cleaning your wood's getting you the most points, right? But it's the whole thing with the professionals. You need your 10,000 hours before you can be an expert at something. You have to put in that extra work to get past.
And
that's boring as shit. Roland, what do you think?
Okay.
Nobody wants to practice. I want a quick fix.
I think
that
steroids. I think that the most important, it's a type of going off of what Kyle said, but it's pride in every shot. You need to be proud of. You have to take pride in every shot that you throw. So this way, it's hard when you're I just had this conversation with a couple very competitive bowlers here. And they're both saying how they have a hard time getting up for league. Like you have to. I think tournament play is competitive. It measures like, oh, people go, oh, I'm a tournament bowler. Well, that just expresses that you're really good at competition, not necessarily a bowler. When you take pride in all your shots, you get longevity in your game, and then that's when you can carry it through. But becoming elite, I think, it's different for everyone. So there's not a quick answer, I don't think, for Brett's.
Is Dwayne done yet?
Well, there's so many different things. There's so many different things that you have to like get through, because it's not just the physical skill, the mental skills.
Absolutely,
immense.
Absolutely.
And that's the one thing that is constantly changing. Yeah, it's constantly changing, so you have to learn how to adapt to it. It's hard.
No, buy soft rolls.
Buy soft rolls.
Yep.
No, Starlights, or older balls like Manhattans. They work.
Right, like you get one thing, right? Like we need the big flashy headline here. What's the headline, guys? Come on.
Be better.
Shia LaBeouf. Just do it.
It all comes down.
Better.
You have to commit to the process. Like, it doesn't matter what you're doing. You got to commit to it.
That's it. That's all it is.
Look at a guy.
You got to put the time
Connor
in.
Bedard, Connor McDavid, all those guys. Nathan McKinnon. Like they wanted to be there. You got to commit to it and just keep doing it.
That's it.
Okay.
Commitment.
All right. So since you guys are completely missing the point, let's go to what is the first thing that you would have somebody work on in practice? What's the first thing that you would work on in practice?
It's different for everyone, man.
Holy shit.
Go.
Show's over.
This guy, man. This guy keeps on avoiding it. He needs to just say what he wants to say. He's trying to fish it out of us. Say what you want to say, Brett. You're trying to fish.
Hendo's got an evil plan to change the game.
Yeah, he does.
Bowling in one word.
No.
Exactly. You just say it. It's on your mind.
No, like what? Like you say it's different for everyone, but like what? Like okay, so let's say you work with 100 bowlers. Obviously,
if I'm working with you and I'm working with Robbie, you guys are working on different things.
Okay, but let's say you work with 100 bowlers. Like, what's the most common thing that you would get somebody to work on first?
So if you're talking about like working multiple things, like coaching, because literally as long as you're finding something in your shot that you're comfortable with, you can do anything with that. So finding comfort in your shots is probably the most important thing.
Okay. Okay. So let's word that. Let's word that in a different way. So finding what feels natural.
I don't know about that. I don't agree with that.
Finding something that doesn't feel awkward.
Exactly. Doesn't have to be natural.
That doesn't feel awkward.
No. Because effective, I think, can be changed.
I just put a green shirt on my chair, so you can't even see my chair now.
Okay. All right. Okay. So you want to find something, right? You want to find something and you want to just work on that, right? Okay. All right. So maybe there isn't that quick elixir that you can sell somebody at a 5-pin bowling lane to. They can drink it and then now they're instantly better. Is that what you're saying?
I don't think so. I don't think there is. Yeah, I think everyone's just different, man. I think
there's so many components to this game that I don't think you could just be like, boom, now you know what you're doing. Like none of us. You didn't pick up your first ball and go throw a strike. You didn't clean up a head pin the first time you picked up a ball. Like
I think it's easier for people
now, and I've been bowling for 18, 19 years, let alone right?
Like, maybe the shortcut is you go see a hypnotist and you get him to convince you that you're the greatest player in the whole world. And then it doesn't matter what you throw. You could throw like a 2-pin and you'd be like,
you just be the best.
Who do you think you are? I am.
You got to order a custom shirt. That's the start.
That's the start.
Okay,
yeah.
Perfect. From BPG.
Yeah, agreed. There it is.
Yeah, talk to Johnny 5, Mark Johnstone. He'll hook you up.
So let me give you an example. And the reason that I brought this topic up was I bowl Tuesday nights with my family, We have a guy never bowled before in his life. Not like he's I mean, birthday parties, sorry. Everybody seems to have bowled at some point in their life, right? But he's never, bowled full games or whatever. So he asked me for tips, and I was, I wanted to tell him a million different things, but I didn't want to overwhelm him. So all I said to him was, just try to roll it over the center arrow.
Perfect.
That's it. Just try to hit the center arrow, because if you're anywhere near the middle where you release the ball, you probably hit the middle.
Yep.
That's it. You know what I mean? And that was the one simple thing I told him. And now he's getting doubles or Dwayne.
You all right there, buddy?
Who put that ball in?
This is back when he had
there
hair.
for a while, bud.
He had hair back then.
That was during the heyday. Oh yeah, there's my trophy. That was back of the heyday of me winning free drinks.
Oh yeah, holy shit, that's me.
Every night. Yeah, it was a good time.
150 pounds less.
But yeah, that was my simple, quick fix way to get better for this guy, right? So, I mean, we can all say practice and do the process and all that kind of stuff, but like, okay, you have somebody who walks in who's a 120 bowler. What's like?
Oh man, that's not my problem. I'm not dealing with that guy.
You're not dealing with that guy.
No. I can help people. I feel that I have a lot of confidence in helping people get from 240 to 250, 260, but I don't know a damn thing about how to get you to 220.
You're such an
with somebody that's just coming in like a 120 or something. You're obviously the coaching side of it. You're going to have to watch to see what they're doing, and then you can make a suggestion from there. But you have to kind of watch to understand what they're doing wrong too, right?
I might need that 260 help if I'm the single on the teaching side.
There you go.
Nice. Looking at my average right now,
I have a lot of confidence.
You got it.
In helping those adjustments, but not. I have no confidence when it comes to teaching someone before that. I can help a guy that hits the middle 75 to 75 up, gain another 10, 15, 20, 25 pins even, but not before that. I don't know how to help you to get to 75%, 80%. I have no idea.
All right. Okay. Fair enough. This definitely did not go the way I thought it was going to go. I regret bringing it up.
I don't think you got it.
Thank you for all those answers. For our last topic tonight, because we're going to wrap this thing up soon, let's talk about our favorite province to play against at a nationals and our least favorite province to play against at nationals, and why. Okay, who here wants to start? Huh? Hey,
I'll start.
Who wants to say it? Yeah, let's go.
For my favorite, honestly, I think would be Quebec. Yeah, there it is. That's the face I was waiting for. Yeah,
there's some good.
Next fun to play with, yeah.
Since I was my first nationals. Hear me out. My first nationals, Team Saskatchewan. I was Bantam Girls teams in 2010, and we were the only team to beat them. I threw my high single against them. Like, it was just core memory, locked in. And then at the end of that tournament, we were in a tiebreaker against Newfoundland. And we had Quebec on our side, doing the full-on cheering. I love bowling against them. I love it. Just the energy they bring all the way from when I was 10 years old to now 23. I love it.
The joie de vivre.
And I my least favorite team to play against was Quebec when I was playing teaching, and probably my favorite team to play against as in tournament is Quebec.
And then least favorite, I don't have one.
Manitoba.
You got it.
Go Bombers.
I know what Brett's waiting for. Brett's waiting for somebody to be like least favorite to play against, or it could be the favorite to play against because you want to tell them you yeet your last call. It's Alberta.
Well,
no, I don't know. I don't have.
When you get there enough, we're friends with every single one of the players that play out there, right?
Exactly.
So you can't really have a bad time playing against anybody. Like my personal one, like I always have a great time playing against the Newfoundland guys. Like
Newfoundland's a good one too. Yeah.
Newfoundland's a good one. Like
Shane and I always have to tell each other to bring the power. And like Brad, like all the guys on those teams are great.
Well, okay. I mean, like, let's be fair. It's the small enough community across the country that we do like everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, if I love 30 people, there is a person I love the least. Okay?
All right.
If I had
Let it out, Brad. Let it out.
He's wearing a green hat in the bottom corner.
No, but the province that I always hate playing against and I don't like playing against is Alberta, because they're a machine.
I love that though. I love the intensity they bring to every single frame. I love that they can. I mean, we're all capable of it, but I love that Alberta can just come out and throw 15, 17 marks against you. Like it, I think it's fun. We're all capable of doing it. It's just, everyone does it against you, and maybe that part's not fun.
Somebody does it against me.
You got 4 check frames all together, and you're like, well, damn, there they go again.
Yeah. But I feel like Alberta, when they do it, it's kind of like ho hum, this is like my 8th 400 of the year. Perfect game, whatever. I feel like it's old hat for them. Yeah, let's go. Thanks, Dad. Right? Thank you.
No, you don't.
I hate it when anyone beats me, so it doesn't matter.
Like me last Friday.
Yeah, you beat me. I beat me.
I'm also on the Kyle train that my favorite is probably Newfoundland Labrador. That's my vibe. Like I vibe with those guys. I love all of it. They love the sport. They like, they're always so intense. Like it's great. I mean, it's kind of nitpicking, right? Like everybody, if you make a national, you're intense.
Which province isn't?
You throw big games, right? Like, but yeah, I know. I guess it's
South Ontario,
lost more in Alberta than I have any other team, right? That's probably why I don't like it. It's probably why I don't like the blue, right? And where do they get the blue from, anyways? Huh? Where's the blue from? Is it from the flag? Like, I don't get it. Okay. Anyway, Dwayne, what about you? Who's your favorite to play against?
I would say Quebec or Newfoundland are my favorite.
Okay, so not Alberta. You don't like Alberta.
Oh, I didn't say that. Alberta's
You
probably.
just said they were your favorite. Okay, perfect. Kyle. Dwayne just said he doesn't like Alberta. Kyle, what do you say? What do you say next?
I agree with Wayne. I like two favorite ones are Newfoundland and Quebec.
Yeah.
The further east they get, the more fun they get, eh?
South Ontario is incredible too. Like their energy, their intensity. I mean, that's across the board. Alberta.
Yeah. I know anytime that I went to teaching and we play the Saskatchewan teaching teams, all it is just Bombers versus Rough Riders shit the entire time.
Yeah, that's
right. And like the last couple years, it's been easy because it's kind of like scoreboard riders. Like we're the best team in the league. But before that, it was tough. It was an argument we weren't winning. Yeah. No, guys, we're supposed to rip into people here. Hey, we're supposed to create that good content that makes people,
I will say though,
you've been one national as a master. Which team did you not like playing against?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Well, having only been to one, as a master. I did enjoy bowling against the guys from Newfoundland, and I'll side with you, Brett. Alberta beat us 2 out of the 3, so I'll say we didn't enjoy Alberta because they seem to have our number there. But for the
it
was just getting
know.
to know everybody, right? I mean, I've been bowling for over 30 years, and you guys know all the names. I know the people just by hearing the name, but I don't know the people. So this is getting to a Masters one time. That kind of helps me put faces to names, and hopefully.
I did find the energy with teaching the teams that you get up for, or they're completely different. Like, and how it's played is it's it's like the different provinces. So it is interesting. Although Newfoundland is pretty consistent.
Newfoundland and
for teaching, like Southern Ontario was really Quebec. Like they were really hyped up for when I was playing teaching.
Okay, how about this? How about because we're not going to be naming names. Ugliest provincial shirts at nationals.
It used to be us.
Yeah, definitely.
What the bright yellows?
You're welcome.
The piss yellow, yeah.
Man, I love those shirts.
Can't believe anybody from any other province wanted to trade us shirts. Idiots.
Brutal.
The pea yellow ones that if you wear them enough, you get like the pit stains and everything on there.
Oh man. The ones that were like
hey guys,
whoa.
I want to look like a piece of cheese.
Well, what a shift to now having everybody's names on the back of their shirts, eh? I think that's awesome. I think that's such a great trend. And it definitely is nice to put names to players, and it's easier to learn their names, right? So like you don't forget them. I do like our new ones. I don't know. I find black as the base color to be a bit basic. You know what I mean? Like
I did four different concepts for the new Manitoba shirt, and the one that was yellow looked like a safety vest, so that's why we didn't go with the yellow one.
I feel like the yellow would have been a lot.
That's why I love it. I love being extra.
I like the
be extra out there.
of them.
Well, you know what? You could just throw a piece of weed on the back of your jerseys and call it a uniform, I guess.
What up, Scaletta?
I'm just joking. Hey, Scaletta. Last year, I want to say I really liked the Southern Ontario. I like the color. I like that powder blue. I thought those were really nice. I know they didn't have the names on the back or anything, but I really like the color of them.
Yeah, there was 3 provinces that didn't have names on the back. Southern Ontario, I think Newfoundland had it on the sleeve, and BC went on the left shoulder in like some super small green print.
Yeah, BC was
so
small,
hard to see. Yeah.
Was it like that weird?
That green was
like,
nice though.
Green.
I like that green.
Yeah.
Was it? So did they get custom? Did they get custom shirts done? It's not like the ones that they had before.
No, they were like stitched too. They were stitched,
embroidered. Yeah,
stitched. Yeah.
The sublimated shirts, though, right? I mean, that has changed the game for everything. Yeah, we were just talking about. Look at this, Brad Rusnak, chucking 907s in 3 games. Hey, maybe did he sign up? Is he coming down? Is he heading east for Open now? Guys,
retirement's looking pretty good there. He's been throwing well all year. I think it's like the 3rd 900 he's thrown.
Yeah. Okay, so you know what? Let's throw it out to the crowd. Okay? I want somebody who's watching this in the chat to throw out a topic, and that's what we're going to discuss until the end of the show. We got 10 minutes left. Oh, he's going to Winnipeg to watch the Mario Bros. Movie. And then win the Open.
Figures how many would it? Yeah.
Oh, the Manitoba Dick shirt? Was it pink? Was it pink? Because that might have been colonized shirts from Mondays at Mosienko.
Yeah, our Monday Mosienkos, the big bag of Dick shirts. Those were pretty epic.
No. That's not. That's not
the goal was to see how many dicks you could fit on one shirt.
Yeah, not talking about you guys.
The Buffalo had his.
I wish I still had that shirt. I don't know where it is. It's hilarious.
Yeah. Your guys' shirts were hilarious. No. I think what she's talking about is Manitoba had a shirt. Must have been something with the way
the bison
tail.
dick.
The bison tail.
Oh, the tail was cool.
It went through the legs, and then it looked like a dick.
I thought it was just the shadow of the dick on the bison picture.
Oh man, nobody proved.
Was that like an M5 shirt then?
I thought it was.
See, that was a pre 2012, I think, because we didn't have that shirt when we went to Newfoundland.
Pretty sure my brother had that shirt.
Okay, boom. Topic: Masters Open Nationals predictions.
Oh.
Well, we that's not a tail.
That's not a tail.
Our Masters is crazy.
Those aren't pillows.
So I think it's tough, right? Because a lot of the Open teams haven't been made yet. But how's this? We got 5 Manitobans and somebody who knows a lot of people to bowling. Why don't we talk about who's going to make the Manitoba Open teams? Why don't we talk about that? Why don't we throw some names out there? Okay, obviously the 3 of us are going to make it, right? Positivity. Everybody be positive.
Let's go.
While we do that, Dwayne, why don't you start it off? Why don't you talk about some of the people who you think are going to make the ladies step ladder? I'm going to find the list of the people bowling.
There's no way he picks Alyssa.
Well, yeah, it's Alyssa. Jenny
Devaney. Let's be clear, right? Not everybody knows who.
Yeah, sorry, Jenny Devaney. And that's not in any order. Just in the top 4. And I think Brooke Goulet is gonna have a big showing. She's played for Harry. She can. In my opinion, I think that if it gets tough for her, she might not.
She's coming off an injury too, though, right?
I think it's more of a wrist. It's constant, right? It's a constant injury.
Yeah,
or irritation, not necessarily an injury, but an irritation.
She showed up at Dakota last night, and she still had her wrist in the brace there. But she said she's been throwing, and she feels okay.
Yeah. I think that Andrea Ablas as well. She, Karen Armstrong can push in there. So I think that I'm going to go with a solid 3 with Alyssa, Brooke, and Jennifer Devaney. And then, probably of the 4, maybe Kathy, Karen, Kelly.
Okay. So you're not picking any of the vets to make the stepladder.
I think Karen's name is Karen. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but it was top 4. You.
That's my last 3 are for the last spot in the top 4.
Okay.
Wild card.
Yeah.
Okay.
Men, I'm putting a guy out there that might not be on everyone's list, but I think Darren Maxwell is in the top 4. Going with Darren Maxwell to be there.
I am the biggest umpire. Darren Maxwell fan in the entire world. Okay, because he brings gummies, like he brings treats to bowling.
He's like Robo Bowler. It's the same delivery every time. Like there's no swaying when
unless he balks. He balks.
Yeah. Oh, there's that too. Yeah.
Okay. My top guy, and I'm not going to say anybody in here because I don't want to pump tires of people whose faces I can see. I'm going to pick my number 1 pick of all time. I think he's the GOAT, Trevor Cook. Trevor Cook is my pick. He's
Trevor's house. He can do it.
And he's an unreal bowler. And top lady.
And a great teammate and a good roommate.
Yes. Yes. I think one night he actually tucked me in. He's such a sweetheart. But for ladies, I'm going to go Alyssa. I'm going to go Alyssa top. And I'm going to go Alyssa Trevor. So that's who I'm going there. Just because I don't want to say Dwayne because I don't want to see that look on his face.
No.
But yeah, that's who I'm going with.
Perfect.
Somebody who I think is going to come back with an absolute fury this year, just by the way that it went last year, Brandon Mansell.
I don't think he misses by 4 this year.
No, I think
That's
he's coming back
missed
with
by
it.
last
Mind you-
year.
Well, you know what? Take nothing away from Colton. Colton had to double in 10. I was standing behind him. He asked me, "Do I need this?" I said, "You want to know?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "You need 2," and he threw both. And he was shaken after the first one. It was one of his first times, I think, experiencing that kind of nerves and
That kind of pressure. Yeah.
yeah, that kind of pressure. And he threw the first one. He's energetic. He came back. I put my hands on his arms, and he's just vibrating.
vibrating, yeah.
Oh my god! I was like, buddy, you got to breathe, man. You got to breathe. Breathe through
That's
it.
how
breathe
I
through it.
felt game 8 at TPC.
Yeah, it's
My second shift. I'm not even kidding you. I probably downed 1.5 liters of water in 2 frames.
it's so important to
I could not stop.
to learn the breathing. Like you have to. Our bodies are designed to like hold back all that stress, and the subconscious forgets to breathe. That's what goes first. The sweat, the breathing, the heart racing. So yeah, no, it was good watching him throw that, and then I don't remember if he punched on the last ball, but whatever it was, he made it by. I think it was 4. He made it by 4.
Wow.
And yeah, so did Brandon miss or did Colton take it? However you want to look at it, right? But take nothing away from Colton for that one. It was incredible.
Let's get a prediction from our neighbor to the west. We'll start with ladies. Josie, taking a look at just because those are 2 different days of lane draws.
Yeah.
Just going left to right, talk about some of the names you recognize, and give us a prediction of who you think who you would like to see.
In that step ladder.
Who you would like to see, or who you think is going to be?
Well, yeah, who you think could make that that top 4?
Top 4. Well, I'm gonna no particular order, but I'm gonna say Alyssa.
Pretty safe pick considering she finished second at nationals for both last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Jenny Devney,
Okay,
Karen,
it's a good pick.
and I would really, really love to see Belle up there.
That'd be awesome.
I would love to see Belle up there. So I think out of but Kelly Brook too.
Yeah,
It's hard. Top 4 is hard.
yeah,
Those
for sure it is.
lists, Alyssa, Jenny, and Karen, those would be my top 3. And then for 4th, I would really, really like to see Belle, Brooke, or Kelly in there.
And in Masters, to go off that, what you're saying, if I look at the Masters list here, for the ladies, it's Jenny, Karen, Alyssa sitting on the team for best 3 out of 4. So
If the
Those are pretty
corners
good picks.
are going for the slower ball,
Bellarenko,
Bellarenko makes the
Oh.
step ladder.
she might finish first.
Where do you guys
100%.
go?
If her right
Well, at
pocket
St.
shot,
James.
if her right pocket shot carries the right deuce, she will be in the step ladder. 100%.
Oh, yeah.
It would be
Absolutely.
really, really cool to see her up there.
And Karma, she's also worked really, really hard helping with the fundraising and stuff. So she's got that good juju going into the weekend too,
Yeah.
Yeah,
which I think plays a factor.
Oh,
perfect.
for sure.
Robert, Ruthless, let's go. Let's hear it. Tell me and why. Let's go.
Okay, I wrote it down.
Yeah.
He's so excited you spoke to him.
I am, of course.
This is my spotlight.
Okay, for the ladies, I have, in no particular order, Alyssa, Jennifer, Brooke, and Kelly. And for the men, I have Trevor, Dwayne, Rhino C, Kyle, and not Brett.
So that's a great list.
Was it Kyle Young or Kyle Costello?
Who cares?
It just wasn't Brett.
Okay, Rob.
Kyle Young, not
Okay.
Brett.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
thank you. So anyway, yeah, I appreciate those predictions.
Roland, what about you?
Yeah, Roland, what do you think?
For the men, I'd probably go Dwayne, Trevor, Colton, and Jelly. For
And
the
who?
ladies, Kyle Young.
Oh,
Jelly.
KY.
KY.
Jelly.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. For the ladies, yeah, I think Jenny D's got to be in there. Alyssa, Karen, and I'm gonna go with Sandy.
So
Yeah,
let's
last
throw
year.
out some names that weren't mentioned in these predictions. So
We got to remember 39 and 40 aren't on these lists, right?
true.
Jesse Lee.
You
is
mean
one of them.
37, 38, 39,
I
and
think
40?
and Andrew LaMonica's the other one. I think.
Yeah, Jesse and Andrew are the last two missing.
I
So
unfortunately do have to leave.
Josie, thank you.
Very long break from work, so I got to get back.
Thank you so
But
much for
I
coming.
really appreciate you guys having me on. It was a lot of fun.
All right.
Thanks, Josie.
Good luck.
Congrats
Hopefully we'll
again.
see you at the Nationals, okay?
Yes, you bet. You guys, good luck this weekend for those who are bowling. And
Thank you.
Yeah, it was nice seeing and talking with you all.
All right. Take care.
See you.
Have a good one.
Randy Morissette. Like, how can you not mention Randy Morissette in any of these predictions here? That's insanity to me. The guy made the tournament team however many years in a row. Kyle Costello, again, a guy that's been really good. Tyson Nelson, guy's the high average at the bowling alley that we're playing at. You guys are nuts.
No, he
He's not
wasn't
the high
last year.
average.
Last year he
Last
was.
year.
Last year.
He's down 20 pins almost from that.
You guys are
No,
crazy.
not 20, 15.
Well, you know what? How about Derek Orr, Autumn Open or the champ at the
Heritage.
Yeah, Heritage.
Derek Orr's a good pick too, yeah.
Yeah.
I was.
Well,
Well,
I take Derek Orr off that
was.
list, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Colton,
gonna
Derek
be
Orr, and Brandon.
some really
There's
strong
Brett,
teams.
there's no bad players.
Listen,
That's what I mean. It's a stacked list either way you look at it. It's
there's
if Dwayne and I played like the way we played last Friday, he might
Oh my
not be
God.
in there.
Okay, let's wrap
No.
this thing up. It's 10:02. Last comments and shout outs. Kyle Young, you go first.
No. Thanks, Brett, for doing a show where there wasn't anybody crapping on anybody else.
he tried.
I tried so hard.
He tried it. It didn't work.
Bag on
Listen,
the Alberta.
Us Manitobans are too nice.
He's trying to bag on Alberta.
They
He
make
took it on his brother.
good beef. Dwayne, what about you?
I enjoyed myself. It's fun. I enjoyed the hearing everyone's experiences at Nationals too. Getting to hear some Roland's thoughts, KY. Berto I talked to too much already, so it doesn't matter. But yeah,
Roland,
no,
what
thanks,
about you?
Brett.
Not much for me. Just thanks for having me on, and good luck to you guys that are participating this weekend. We'll see how it all pans out when it's all said and done.
All right. Right on. Okay, everybody. Well, that's terrific. Sorry to Tim
Hey,
Wiseman.
Robbie.
We didn't have enough
Robbie.
time to
I don't know what to do with my
today.
hands.
appreciate you
closing
guys. Yeah. So anyways,
Thanks,
until
bud.
next week, let's everybody, I hope you have fun, take care, and good luck to everybody who is bowling in the open this weekend. It should be a good one. Okay?
A lot of fun.
Take care.
It'll be
everybody.
fun.